It's Sunday, the 12th of June 2022, and we're here in Whitehall in London to mark a distinctly Irish anniversary. 100 years ago today, in the aftermath of the partition of the island of Ireland, the 6 Southern Irish regiments of the British Army ceased to exist. Regiments like the Connaught Rangers, the Royal Dublin Fusiliers, and the Royal Irish Regiment had all served throughout the recent First World War, and indeed well before it. Now, their existence would close with a symbolic presentation of their colours to King George V at Windsor Castle. Today's ceremony is organised by the Combined Irish Regiments Association. It commemorates the centenary of the end of this thread of Irish service in the British Army.
My name's David Ball. I'm Secretary of the Leinster Regiment Association. The association was reformed in 2003, primarily by myself, because my granduncle was killed in action with the 2nd Battalion, 1915, a Navan man, and obviously being London Irish, I felt that the world needed to be told Ireland's involvement, if you understand. So basically, the association was formed in London. February 2003. It was to be formed for the 80th anniversary of the Windsor Castle ceremony, but unfortunately I fell ill, so I could not attend, and plans were put back until the February. So we moved on forward, and it's grown and grown, and we now have around 200 members across the world. So yeah, it's really moved on forward, took off, and I was delighted with it, to be honest. To recognise the input of the Irish soldier, indeed, in 2 World Wars even, and the Leinsters were the only regiment of the Southern Irish regiments to be in World War II as well, but only one man. But they caught up with him, Lieutenant Colonel Victor Haddock. He served in the War Office, and he went back into uniform, and they couldn't put him into another regiment, so he became a Leinster soldier again. So that was great. The actual parade itself has been going since 1923. Under various names and organisations. Sadly, it dwindled around the late 60s, 70s, and it was revamped around the 95 period, and it is what it is today. So it's moved on and come back with involvement from Ireland, and as well as the London Irish Rifles and the London Irish community. Well, indeed, the Irish community in the UK, actually, with family background. So it's very important.
My name's Sergeant Major retired John Murray. I've done 42 years in the Irish Defence Forces. I was Sergeant Major of the CIS Corps, and I've 16 missions abroad, overseas.
What brings you to London here today?
Today, well, it goes back my grandfather and his brother Bartle were in the Royal Dublin Fusiliers. So Bartle, my granduncle, was killed in Ypres, in the second battle for Ypres, on the 24th of May 1915. So his regiment today, the colours were disbanded 100 years today. So I'm very proud as a soldier to be here to represent my family and all those people that gave their grandparents up to the cause that was World War I. So when that pennant comes out today and they lay it up 100 years on since they were disbanded in 1922, it's great pride of a fellow soldier to be able to hear and represent our generation to respect their generation.
Where in Dublin are you from?
Dublin?
Dean's Grange.
Dean's Grange.
I'm from Blackrock, just up the road.
We were hosted by the Leinster Regiment yesterday afternoon, and we were at dinner and they made various presentations, and they embraced us coming over to mark this occasion, because today in Dublin there's a similar occasion. So we represent the Irish on this side of it to reflect on that service and building bridges with the Leinster Regiment as well. Yeah.
And just finally, just generally, doing things like this, events like this, you see them as quite important in terms of, as you say, building bridges, making those connections real.
Yeah, because if we don't do it, it's going to get lost, you know, and it's to keep it on the calendar, because there's a lot going on in the world, and you know, these guys made a sacrifice for our generation, and it's just to remember that. And as the saying goes, least we forget the service. Yeah.
I'm Willie Fraser, and I come from Armagh.
I am Willie Redmond, the Royal Irish Rangers, BEM, and I come from Dublin.
What part of Dublin?
Crumlin.
Judge, how have you found today? What's the experience of this day for you coming
Well,
from
we
it?
do it every year, you know.
It's a great honour, really.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the
Especially to have
Londoners
that.
look after us very well. They invite us to all events. You know, we go to shows and flower shows, horse shows, and tea parties and stuff like that, and concerts at the Albert Hall.
And there are a good few Irish in the hospital, are there?
Oh, yeah,
Oh yes,
yeah,
there is.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, there is. Yeah.
But-
we were over there last weekend, weren't we, Willie?
Yeah, we're in Belfast
Yeah,
last
Belfast.
weekend.
Yeah. Brilliant.
For the
And,
old,
Old
for the
Soldiers
old
Day.
brigade.
Yes,
Yes, yeah, it was lovely.
So it's a chance to meet up, catch up
Oh,
with
yeah.
comrades.
Definitely.
Fantastic. And what's the plan for the rest of the day now today? Where's
going
the
to the
rest of
club.
the day taken? Now it's time to put the feet up.
We're going
Yeah.
to have a little sup.
A little stuff, that's well earned.
Thank you,
Gentlemen, thank you so much. That is absolutely
Okay,
fantastic.
then.
And look, absolute pleasure to meet you both.
Great to
lovely
meet
to see
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, the name is Tony Robinson. I'm originally from Omagh in County Tyrone in Northern Ireland. I joined the London Irish Rifles. I did 10 years in the company, and part of that we came here to do the disbanded Irish Regiments Parade, or what's now known as the Combined Irish Regiments Parade. And this is one of the only parades that serves all of the Irish regiments from throughout history. We're all remembered, all of those who have served in the service of the Crown and who have served for Ireland. Because we now have people who from the Irish Defence Forces who served on UN tours, and they come with us as well. So we celebrate the Irish soldier and remember the Irish soldier, because we must remember that when you look at a plaque and a war memorial, those names, the last time that fellow was known that he was no longer alive was when they did the battle, after the battle roll call, and said that Seamus, Sean, John, William, Billy, James, John or Andrew was no longer with us. So that's within you. So that's one of the reasons I come here, to remember all of those who have no one to remember them now. And we've gone over hundreds of years of Irish soldiers serving in the British forces. So yeah, that's why I come. The disbanded regiments, the 6 southern regiments who were disbanded, their colours being laid up at Windsor Castle, it shows the acknowledgement of the British establishment to the service given by the Irish regiments. To remember 100 years on to the day, it's important, because simple things, 100 years will come again in 100 years, and you and I and all around will be long dead unless there's something special going on. So, you know, we have to take these moments and we have to use them for their importance. Take the joy that comes with this, the joy of the celebration of the sacrifice and the joy of the celebration of the cultural heritage that is the Irish within the British Army. Today we had cadets, we had from the Queensmans, we had the cadets from the London Irish, and that's a fantastic thing. We're bringing in young people so they understand and we can carry the historical footprint and the memory. It's not a lament, it's not a sad thing. It has a sad element, but throughout this, what we must remember is that the joy of life, and to continue and to thank those for the freedoms that we have now that they gave, and they had maybe no choice, but that was it. But yeah, that's what matters to me.